Lauren! You're a lifesaver for looking after the kids again today. You're the best! Both Leo and Clara were raving about how they just adore Auntie Lauren.
Oh, good evening, Sandra. How did everything go at your appointment? I'm glad to hear that they had a blast. I don't have many toys or games to entertain them, so I was worried that they would get bored at my place.
Yes, the appointment was fine. By the way, Leo was whining about how there were way too many veggies for lunch. Can you use less next time? Because Leo really hates veggies.
Oh, no. Does he have an allergy? Was it the carrots or greens? Beans or broccoli?
No. Nothing like that. He's just a picky eater.
Oh, thank goodness. Sorry, I tried to focus on making a balanced, healthy meal for them. That's probably why I ended up putting more veggies than usual. I didn't consider their favorite or foods they dislike.
I mean, Clara really loves vegetables, so it's fine if you put lots in her food. So you can just skip the vegetables for Leo, or he won't touch it. But keep using lots of it for Clara since she likes it.
Are you asking me to make separate lunches for Leo and Clara?
Yeah. Is there anything wrong with that?
It's just that... Sorry, I don't think I can. Since I would have to make so much more for lunch, and I really don't have that much time to make lunch to begin with.
What do you mean? It's such a simple thing. It's just a kid's lunch. It shouldn't take you more than a couple of minutes to make it. Just how clumsy and inefficient are you? To take so long for such an easy task.
I think I already told you this morning, but I'm also working. I have a full-time job.
Yeah, I know. But you're working at home, right? That's why I asked you to watch over Leah and Clara. Isn't it obvious?
Working remotely is still a job, you know. I may be working at home, but I work the same amount and put in the same effort as people that are working in the office. That's why I don't have the time to take care of Leo and Clara for you.
But you said yes and looked after them today, didn't you?
That's because you just dropped them off without asking me first. I'm begging you. Please give me a break already. It's the 4th time you've done it this month, and we're barely 2 weeks in. I really wish you'd stop coming over unannounced. It makes things really difficult for me. Of course, if it's an emergency or something sudden, it's all right.
Something suddenly came up. My friend was in trouble, and that's why you have to help me tomorrow too.
Have you been listening to anything I've said? I really can't focus on my work. When you bring Leo and Clara over, I really can't focus on my work. Both of them are so young. So I have to constantly watch over them to make sure they don't hurt themselves or do anything dangerous. I have deadlines coming up at work, so I have to focus. Please find someone else to babysit.
Someone else? Like who? My mom lives in another state. It's not even the neighboring state. You already know that. What am I supposed to do? Drive 5 hours to drop off my kids? Who should I ask? Huh? If you're so smart, then you tell me.
I think that's something for you to figure out.
I'm only asking you for help because there's no one else I can ask. Oh my God, can't you see that's the reason? Do you think I enjoy asking you to help? Are you dumb or something? Sometimes I really can't understand why Ryan would choose someone like you.
I understand where you're coming from, but like I said, I'm busy. I have work to do.
You don't understand anything. You're just selfish and ungrateful. You don't care about me or my kids. You only care about your stupid job.
That's not true. I care about you and your kids. I also have to care about me and my job. It's not fair to ask me to sacrifice my work for your convenience.
Fair? What do you know about fair? You have no idea what I'm going through. You have no idea how lonely and stressed I am.
I'm sorry, but that's not my fault. You can't expect me to solve all your problems. You have to take responsibility for your own life.
How dare you talk to me like that? You're so rude and heartless. You're the worst sister-in-law ever. Ryan made a huge mistake marrying you.
That's enough. I don't want to hear any more of your insults. Please leave me alone and don't bother me again.
Then why don't you just quit your job? Easy peasy, problem solved. I bet you don't even earn much working at home. Why bother with that for some spare change? And Ryan is working a proper full-time job, right? He's my brother, so I would know that he earns a good amount. So I don't see the need for you to work. Oh, I just thought of a brilliant idea. Why don't you just become my personal babysitter?
Sandra, please. I can't just quit my job like that. I'm at my breaking point. Please, just give me a break.
Oh, come on. I was only kidding. Okay, well, maybe I was partly serious, but I can't believe you took it so literally. Geez, Lauren, you really need to lighten up. Why are you so uptight all the time? You couldn't even tell that I was teasing you?
Oh, I see. Sorry.
If you had a better sense of humor instead of being a prude all the time, people would like you more. You can learn from someone like me.
Okay.
Gosh, this is where you're supposed to laugh. You really are hopeless. Anyway, thanks in advance for tomorrow.
No, Sandra. Wait a minute. I'm being serious. I really can't help you tomorrow. I've already told you over and over again about my work and deadlines. Can you please try to understand me and put my needs first? Sandra, where the hell are you right now? I have a deadline today. It's midnight. I really can't babysit any longer. Can you please hurry the hell up and pick up Leo and Clara as soon as possible?
I have appointments too.
What kind of appointment?
At the doctor. I have a bit of a headache.
Sorry, but weren't you just hungover when you dropped them off earlier? I could smell the alcohol on you as soon as you opened the door.
So what? What are you trying to imply here? Are you saying that mothers can't drink just because I'm a mother? I can't have a beer or two?
No, that's not my point. Also, I'm sure Ryan already talked to you about it, but we really would like for you to stop bringing Leo and Clara over and just expect me to babysit for you.
Why? We're family, so we help each other out. Stop ratting me out to Ryan. He may be your husband, but I'm his older sister.
Even if we are family, there's limits to how much I can do. Some things that are not doable is just not doable. If you come over tomorrow with the kids, I won't answer the door since I can't get any work done at home. I've decided to go out to a cafe or something to focus on my work. I hope you can understand.
I mean, it doesn't bother me. I'm fine with it. But if you won't answer the door for Leo and Clara and let them in, then I guess there's no choice but to have them wait outside the whole time.
Are you being serious right now?
Of course. What about it?
How could you even consider that? Leaving 2 young children alone by themselves and leaving them outside on top of that? What if they get kidnapped? What if they go missing? Please stop this nonsense.
Well, if you're that worried, then why don't you just stay home and work remotely? Clearly, your moral compass wouldn't allow things like that to happen. Since you're such a nice, kind person, there's no way you just ignore the possibility of 2 abandoned kids outside your house, right?
Again? Why do you have to leave them to me? There are so many other options.
I mean, it doesn't cost me anything, right? Financially speaking, if I hire a babysitter or pay for a daycare for the whole day, it would cost so much. You know, we definitely don't have enough money for that.
Like I said, I understand where you're coming from, but I don't really agree with how you're handling things.
My goodness, you're so annoying. Why do you have so many complaints and excuses? Are you trying to lecture me now too? You're my younger brother's wife, right? That makes me your older sister-in-law, right?
Yes, that's true.
Well, this is part of the duties of the women who marry into our family.
Huh? Sorry?
Just use your brain and think for a minute. Normally, these are favors that your mother-in-law or my mother would ask of you. But as you know, my mom lives like 3 states away, so she doesn't see you much. Much less ask anything of you. That's why, as your older sister-in-law, you should be listening to me and obeying my demands instead. It's just common courtesy, you know.
I'm sorry, but I don't comprehend what you're saying. I just can't follow your logic.
Well, even if you don't understand, it doesn't matter, because that's just the way things are. Or are you planning to disobey your husband's family? Specifically, you dare to go against me? Your older sister-in-law?
I don't think this is a matter of disobeying or not.
Either way, I am struggling and need help. So the least you could do is help me babysit. Or are you going to hire a babysitter for me in exchange? I don't have the money to hire one.
That is something you should discuss with your husband, not me. I'm sure Jasper would be open to coming up with a compromise that works for both of you. But do I have to ask? You don't have a job, right? Why do you even need someone to watch over Leo and Clara so often? You've been coming like twice a week. Every time I ask, you just tell me it's the hospital appointments or errands. But are they really all emergencies? Especially the appointments and hospital visits. Don't you have to book those at least a week in advance?
Let me tell you something here. Even mothers want to take a break every once in a while. We aren't made of titanium, you know. When you have to spend all day, every day, 24/7 with your kids, being chased by them, cleaning up after them, it gets really exhausting. And I have to do this for the whole year. Year after year. I feel like I'm going to lose my mind sometimes.
To be honest with you, I don't have children. So I can't understand or empathize. And I can't even imagine how difficult it must be to raise children. But I really think that the first step is to talk with Jasper. That way, you can explain your situations and problems with him. And you two can discuss and come up with solutions as husband and wife.
It's precisely because Jasper doesn't do anything that it has come to this point.
Then I suggest that we have a chat together. along with Jasper, soon. Ryan and I can come and help.
Come again? No way. I would never do that. First of all, Jasper and I have never even talked about childcare or anything like that up to this point.
Well, if the two of you can't talk and come up with a solution, then I think it would be good to have a neutral sit down to help facilitate the conversation.
It's fine. It's not a big problem. Besides, Jasper has his hands full with work. I can't bother him with stuff like this.
But you're having such a tough time by yourself, aren't you, Sandra?
Like I said, it's only for now. It's not like I'm leaving my kids at your house overnight or anything. I pick them up every day. After I take a bit of a break and recharge, then I can take proper care of Leo and Clara again.
Yes, but by doing so, you're also infringing on my life and work. I understand that you're going through a hard time right now, but if it's just once a week, then I can plan around it and look after Leo and Clara for you. All I'm asking is for you not to do this every day. It's just not possible for me either.
What don't you get? I've already told you so many times. There's no one else I can ask. Why can't you just understand? Are you actually stupid and can't comprehend? Or are you just dense and choosing to ignore me? I'm already at my breaking point. I can't handle it mentally. I'm about to tip over the edge, and you're here pushing and pushing me still? If anything happens to me, it'll be on your conscience.
I'm sorry. I know it's hard for you, but I am also struggling. Oh, I just thought of something. What about asking Jasper's mom to look after the kids?
Huh? You mean my mother-in-law, Tracy?
Yes. Just the other day, I had to go into the office for a meeting, and since it was nearby, I went to visit her flower shop. We chatted for a while, and she told me she really misses her grandchildren.
What the hell? Who gave you permission to go meet with my mother-in-law? Why would you do that? Is she your mother-in-law? Are you buddies now or something?
Those weren't my intentions. I just wanted to buy some flowers since it's springtime and all.
You didn't blab to her that I've been leaving Leo and Clara in your care, right? You better not have been running your big mouth and telling her unnecessary things.
Don't worry. I didn't say anything.
Well, I guess it's okay then. Don't you dare say anything to her or anyone else. If she finds out, she's going to criticize everything I do and tell me how I'm raising my kids wrong and lecture me all day.
You never said yes or no to my suggestion earlier. So what do you think about asking Tracy for help? I think it would be great because she's experienced with raising children, and I'm sure she would treat them with love and care. She's also a relative and not some stranger. I'm sure she wouldn't charge you anything either.
Do you think I'm stupid or something? If it was possible for me to do that, I would have asked her to take care of Leo and Clara ages ago. Or maybe you're the stupid one. Why don't you use your brain and think before you say stuff? Now that I think about it, you seem like the type of person to get bullied and made fun of a lot in school because you're such a pushover and so weak-willed.
I'm sorry.
I'm asking if people bullied you because you were a little nerdy kid that couldn't stand up for yourself. You get it? I guess you probably did. I could already picture it the first time I met you. I bet you were at the bottom of the social ladder at school too, huh? You definitely got bullied a lot, right? Oh, the class scapegoat.
What point are you trying to make here? I don't see how any of this is relevant.
My point is, just shut up and look after my kids. Stop giving me advice or lectures. If you want things to go smoothly and without trouble, that's the way to do it. I get pissed off just looking at you. Ugh, it's annoying how you always gauge other people's reactions and try to be amicable and make sure no one is mad. Do you always do everything anxiously and tremble like a little rabbit?
Why would you say that? Is there really a point in you telling me this now?
Oh my. Did I hit a nerve? Bring up some bad memories? I guess I hit the bullseye after all, huh? Oh.
At this point, it doesn't matter what you think of me. You can let your imagination run wild. But I have to set you straight on one thing. Just because you think that I'm weak or a nerd doesn't mean I will just bend over and babysit forever.
Wow! Did I anger little Lauren? Are you going to stand up and fight me now? Well, it doesn't matter because I have the final say. There's no way someone like you can win against me. Besides, you wouldn't let Leo and Clara roam around outside by themselves, right? You'd be so worried, wouldn't you? If you tell any of this to my mother-in-law, you do know what will happen, right? You might break apart this family. Do you really have the guts and courage to do that? I highly doubt it.
All right, I've had enough. I got it. So I'll just do what I have to do.
Yay! Thank God it finally got through your thick skull. All you have to do is just obey me and do whatever I say. Okay? By the way, if you tell my brother any of this and ask for help or anything, I don't know what I might do to retaliate.
Is that a threat?
Oh, no. Of course not. I'm not just threatening or warning you. I'm being dead serious. If you do anything, I'll make sure that you pay. That's why you'll help me with Leo and Clara from now on. Okay? If you help me out, it'll benefit you in the long run, too. Because then I'll help you out whenever you need it. Like if you ever need advice or tips on cheating without getting caught.
I have zero intentions of asking you for advice regarding that because I would never do it.
Oh, I thought so. After all, you don't seem attractive to the opposite sex at all. You should be grateful to my brother because it's really a miracle that you were able to get married. Make sure you try your best so that my brother doesn't dump you. Oh. Hey, Lauren, where the hell are you right now?
My whereabouts is none of your business, is it? It has nothing to do with you.
Huh? Are you trying to start a fight here? Lately, you've been so good and babysitting for me with no complaints. So I thought you finally accepted your fate and changed. So what the hell is this attitude?
I mean, you never tell me where you are or what your plans are for the day, do you?
That's different. Why should I have to tell you that? That's not what I messaged you about. Stop sidetracking me. I saw you earlier. You were at the mall, right? What about my kids? You're supposed to be watching Leo and Clara right now. Don't tell me you just left them at home alone and went out by yourself.
Oh no, I would never do something so reckless. Don't worry, I left them with an experienced babysitter, so there's nothing to worry about.
A pro babysitter? Does that mean you hired a babysitter or something?
Well, to tell you the truth, don't be too shocked. But I asked your mother-in-law to look after them. Tracy has been great.
Tracy? Are you kidding me?
No, that's right. I had some errands to run today, so I couldn't stay home. That's why I asked Tracy to watch Leo and Clara for the day.
You're joking, right?
Of course not. Why would I lie about something like that?
There's no way, since Tracy didn't message me or anything.
Oh, is that so?
Hey, you better explain everything right now.
Just wait a minute, please. There's something I have to confirm first.
What are you confirming? Hey, answer me. Why are Leo and Clara with Tracy? Did you become more obedient lately? Because you've been secretly leaving them with my mother-in-law? Hey, say something. Hey, do you want me to make you cry?
Okay, I just got the confirmation.
Like I said, what are you talking about? What confirmation?
I asked for permission to tell you the truth. To tell you everything.
What are you even going on about? Are you pulling a prank or something? You think this is funny?
I'll make it brief, okay? I actually reached out to Tracy and asked for her advice on childcare for Leo and Clara. She agreed to help me. So while Tracy looked after Leo and Clara, I took that time to look into you and I discovered some shocking things. Every time you left Leo and Clara with me, you went out to meet with other men, right? Men that weren't your husband.
What the? I have no idea what you are talking about.
I have evidence and photos and everything. So you don't have to pretend and act innocent. I already told Jasper everything. I showed him the photos too.
No way. Jasper knows already?
That's right.
You're lying, right? He's been completely normal these past few days. You went to work this morning as usual. He hasn't acted differently or said anything out of the ordinary.
He was acting and putting on a show in front of you so that you don't harm the children or do anything crazy. He was actually preparing for the divorce, getting the papers and contacting lawyers the whole time. He was just doing it discreetly so you wouldn't notice.
Divorce?
Why are you surprised? I mean, you left your own children to go and have affairs and cheat on him. On the contrary, is there any reason for Jasper to not divorce you?
Hold on a sec. Slow down. Leo and Clara are still so young. How could you take them away from their mother at such a young age? That's so cruel. Don't you feel bad for them?
Do they really need a mother that doesn't take care of them? And just leaves them so that she can go and meet up with her lovers?
Don't you know that the court always favors the mother? I read somewhere that 90% of the time, the mom gets full custody. Jasper would never abandon the kids. He adores them. That's why he would never divorce me.
Jasper already spilled the beans to me about how he's the one who looks after Leo and Clara by himself every weekend and holiday. And even on the weekends when he comes back from work. He tucks them in every night. Am I right? And when Jasper's at work during the weekdays, you dump the kids on me. So tell me, when have you ever shown any love for Leo and Clara? Do you really believe that the judge is going to hand you full custody? when you hardly spend any time with them. You are so delusional.
No way. No way. I can't get a divorce.
Even if you beg me to stop, it's too late. You should take your complaints to Jasper.
How could you do this to me? I told you not to breathe a word to Tracy or Jasper, didn't I? Didn't I tell you to stay away from them? I'll make you pay for this.
What do you mean you'll make me pay? Maybe if I was still a kid in school and you came along and bullied me like that, I would cower because I'm so timid and a nerd. But Sandra, you and I, we are adults now, and there is absolutely nothing that binds us together. It's not like we are kids and have to face each other every day at school. We have totally separate lives.
You'll regret this. I'll ruin your whole life.
Instead of threatening me, I think you should be more worried about your own life. Haha. And just so you know, if you try anything on me, I will make sure to give it back to you tenfold. If you keep thinking you can push me around and not face the consequences, you are very mistaken, because I will drag you through hell, using the proper legal means, of course.
How dare you? I'm going to tell my mom everything and make my brother divorce and dump you.
Oh, she already knows everything. And she said that she's going to cut you off.
No way.
Brittany, it's time to wake up. There's no one on your side anymore. Next time, before you lecture me on my duties as a wife, maybe you should fulfill your duties as a mother. It's about time you grow up and take responsibility.
Oh my God. What's going to happen to me? Am I really going to become a divorcee? Is Jasper really going to leave me?
That's the plan. Jasper's already done with the divorce papers. And you don't need to worry, because Tracy's already vowed to support and help raise Leo and Clara. That's why you should just enjoy your new freedom and do whatever you want all day, every day.
Oh no. Lauren, you have to help me. Please, I'm begging you. I don't want to be separated from my kids and my husband. What am I going to do?
If you regret it this much, then maybe you shouldn't have cheated in the first place and properly cared for your own kids, instead of shifting the burden on other people.
I'm sorry for what I did, aren't I? None of it was serious. I just wanted some company so I could relax. There's no way I would ever leave Jasper for any of those guys.
Well, maybe you should have thought about that before cheating. And you know, there are so many better ways to relieve stress.
I can't get divorced. I'll be ruined. Lauren, please. I'll apologize to you for everything up to now. So please help me. I need you.
It's already too late. Even if I wanted to, there's nothing I can do for you at this point. Firstly, I am not your husband or mother-in-law. I have no control or power over what happens now. Tracy said she plans to make you pay and repent for everything. Of course, there's no way that Jasper will forgive you after all that. You also made fun of me and belittled me so many times. Remember when you told me that I need to work harder so that Ryan doesn't leave me? Well, look how the tables have turned. Seems like you were the one that should have worked hard to keep your family together and not get tossed aside by your husband. After that, the divorce process began. Since it was a mediated divorce, it took about 6 months for everything to be settled. Brittany never worked, and she was a stay-at-home mom for the entire marriage. Even before she got married, she barely had any savings. I heard that she had to borrow money to pay for his emotional damages, since she was the cheater. As expected, Jasper got full custody of Leo and Clara. From now on, Brittany will have to pay child support every month. I heard she threw a tantrum, crying about how she can't start working now after being a housewife for so long. But of course, if she doesn't work, there is no way she can pay child support and make ends meet. I heard that she eventually found a job, and now she's scraping by. It turns out that she had multiple affair partners. All of them were from dating apps. The other day, Brittany got sick and was in really bad shape, both physically and mentally. She showed up at our place and demanded money from Ryan and I. Of course we slammed the door without giving her anything. After all, she brought this upon herself, and there is not a single person who should pity her. The only thing we can do now is hope that she feels remorse for her actions and spends her time repenting properly. As for Leo and Clara, after the divorce, they moved in with Tracy and Jasper. I stopped by Tracy's flower shop the other day, and Leo and Clara are the stars of her store. I'm so happy because they seem to be having a blast and doing great. And of course, when Tracy or Jasper are busy and need help, I am more than willing to babysit for them. I can finally relax and watch over my adorable niece and nephew.